Who is Harriet Tubman and what can we learn from her story? Let's try to learn a little about the history of this very extraordinary black woman. Harriet Tubman, 1822 March 10, 1913, was an American abolitionist, political activist, and humanitarian, best known for her role in the fight against slavery and her work with the Underground Railroad. She is one of the most iconic figures in American history for her extraordinary courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to justice. She born into slavery. Harriet Tubman was born Araminta Ross in Dorchester County, Maryland, around 1822. She was enslaved from birth and endured harsh treatment throughout her early years. Tubman suffered a traumatic head injury as a teenager, caused by a heavy object thrown by an overseer. This injury led to lifelong health challenges, including headaches and seizures, but she also claimed it deepened her religious faith. In 1849, Tubman escaped from slavery in Maryland to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, using a network of safe houses and routes known as the Underground Railroad. Despite the dangers, she returned to the South multiple times to rescue her family and other enslaved people, earning the nickname Moses for leading others to freedom. Tubman became a key conductor on the Underground Railroad, a secret network of abolitionists and safe houses that helped enslaved people escape to free states and Canada. Over the course of her work, she reportedly helped free around 70 individuals directly and advised or inspired many others. She was never caught and never lost a single person on her missions. Tubman worked for the Union Army during the Civil War as a nurse, cook, and spy. She played a significant role in leading the Combahee River Raid in South Carolina in 1863, which freed more than 700 enslaved people. After the Civil War, Tubman settled in Auburn, New York, where she continued to fight for justice. She became an advocate for women's suffrage and worked to support formerly enslaved people and those in need. She also opened a home for elderly African Americans, reflecting her lifelong commitment to caring for others. Harriet Tubman is celebrated as a symbol of courage, resilience, and freedom. Her life's work has inspired generations to fight for equality and justice. She was posthumously honored in numerous ways, including plans to feature her on the U.S. $20 bill. Harriet Tubman's life exemplifies the power of individual action to create change. Despite being born into one of the most oppressive systems in history, she overcame immense challenges to not only free herself but to dedicate her life to freeing and uplifting others. Her story serves as a timeless reminder of the strength of the human spirit and the importance of fighting for freedom and justice for all. Harriet Tubman's story is a powerful source of inspiration, resilience, and courage. Her life teaches us numerous lessons that remain relevant today. Harriet Tubman's story challenges stereotypes and highlights the critical role women have played in shaping history. Her life is a reminder of the strength, intelligence, and leadership women bring to the fight for justice and equality. What can we learn from Harriet Tubman's story? Harriet Tubman's story is a powerful source of inspiration, resilience, and courage. Her life teaches us numerous lessons that remain relevant today. Number 1. Courage in the face of adversity. Harriet Tubman escaped slavery and risked her life countless times to lead others to freedom. Her bravery reminds us that true courage is not the absence of fear but the willingness to act despite it. Number 2. Unwavering determination. Tubman's unwavering commitment to freedom for herself and others exemplifies the power of determination. Despite the immense risks, she never wavered in her mission, showing that persistence can overcome even the most insurmountable challenges. Number 3. The importance of leadership. Tubman's leadership on the Underground Railroad demonstrated her ability to inspire trust, guide others through danger, and make critical decisions under pressure. She teaches us the value of strong, selfless leadership in times of crisis. Number 4. The power of faith and purpose. Tubman credited her faith and belief in a higher purpose as the driving forces behind her actions. Her story reminds us of the strength that comes from having a clear sense of purpose and belief in something greater than ourselves. Number 5. The impact of helping others. Tubman risked her life not only for her own freedom but for the freedom of hundreds of others. Her selflessness shows us the profound impact of helping others and standing up for what is right, even when it is difficult. Number 6. Resilience in overcoming obstacles. Despite physical ailments, poverty, and the constant threat of capture, Tubman remained resilient. Her story is a testament to human strength and the ability to persevere against all odds. Number 7. The role of women in history. Harriet Tubman's story challenges stereotypes and highlights the critical role women have played in shaping history. Her life is a reminder of the strength, intelligence, and leadership women bring to the fight for justice and equality. Number 8. The value of community. Through her work on the Underground Railroad, Tubman relied on a network of allies who shared her vision of freedom. Her story underscores the importance of working together and supporting one another to achieve common goals. Number 9. The fight for justice never ends. Tubman didn't stop fighting after the abolition of slavery. She advocated for women's rights and continued to serve her community. Her lifelong dedication teaches us that the fight for justice and equality is ongoing and requires continual effort. Number 10. The importance of sacrifice. Harriet Tubman made tremendous sacrifices, including her personal safety and comfort, to ensure the freedom of others. Her story teaches us that meaningful change often requires personal sacrifice, and that the pursuit of justice is worth the cost. Number 11. Leading by example. Tubman didn't just talk about freedom, she acted on it. Her willingness to lead others on dangerous journeys proved her commitment to her beliefs and inspired trust. Her actions demonstrate that leadership is about setting an example and taking risks for the greater good. Number 12. Never underestimate the power of one person. Despite being born into slavery and having little formal education, Harriet Tubman achieved extraordinary things. Her story shows that even one individual, armed with determination and conviction, can challenge systems of oppression and create a ripple effect of change. Number 13. Resilience in the face of rejection and opposition. Tubman faced significant challenges, including skepticism from others, betrayal, and societal resistance. She persevered despite these obstacles, teaching us the importance of staying true to our values even when faced with rejection or doubt from others. Number 14. The role of education and knowledge. Though Tubman lacked formal education, she used her keen intelligence and resourcefulness to navigate treacherous situations. Her ability to learn, adapt, and strategize reminds us that education and knowledge come in many forms and are crucial for overcoming challenges. Number 15. The legacy of freedom fighters. Harriet Tubman's legacy reminds us that the work of freedom fighters lays the groundwork for future generations. Her courage and actions inspire us to continue the fight for equality and justice in our own time, ensuring that her sacrifices were not in vain. Final thoughts. Harriet Tubman's life is more than just a historical account, it's a blueprint for resilience, leadership, and moral integrity. Her story calls on us to reflect on our own lives and consider how we can contribute to creating a more just and equitable world. Whether through small acts of kindness or large-scale activism, her example reminds us that every effort matters in the pursuit of freedom and justice.